encampment, instructing them to leave the encampment by 2 p.m. or receive an interim suspension, including eviction, for students in university housing. Faculty in the University Senate have suggested that the university also has plans to expel and arrest students in the encampment with previous disciplinary notices. These repulsive scare tactics mean nothing compared to the deaths of over 34,000 Palestinians. We will not move until Colombia meets our demands or they are moved by force. Colombia's threat to mass suspend, evict, or possibly expel students with only a few hours' notice violates university rules. Faculty in the University Senate who rejected Colombia's plan because it is illegal, were informed that rules of university conduct will not be applied in this instance because the university has declared a state of emergency to manufacture consent for mass suspensions and evictions. Protesters have been entirely peaceful, and the university has previously agreed that it has no grounds to call in the NYPD. This is not stopping Colombia from illegally declaring a state of emergency, which requires Colombia to falsely identify nonviolent protesters as a clear and present danger. Colombia's threats, distributed through flyers, are reminiscent of the flyers the Israeli army launches from the sky to Gazans. Today's threats come after days of fruitless negotiations in which the university refused to seriously consider our demands for divestment, financial transparency, and amnesty for students and faculty disciplined in the movement.
It is interesting that institutions that defend Israel do it in the most Israel way possible. Brute force, flyers, threats to your direct physical safety, threats to your future prospects. No negotiations whatsoever.
For Palestinian liberation. Colombia pulled out of negotiations over the weekend by threatening students with a mass campus lockdown and the eviction of every undergraduate from their dorms. It is our position that good faith negotiations are not possible so long as the university attempts to win arguments by weaponizing food insecurity, homelessness, and military attacks as leverage. They have informed the university that they are prepared to escalate their direct actions if the university does not adopt basic standards of conduct for negotiations. The university has repeatedly lied to the public about their so-called concessions in negotiations while refusing our request for more transparency. For example, they propose to share information about their direct holdings, neglecting to mention that these account for only 6.12% of Colombia's $784 million publicly traded investments. They also would not consider bare minimum divestment proposals, for example, to divest from the weapons manufacturers that directly profit off of thousands of bombs that have decimated Gaza, killing at least 34,000 Palestinians thus far. Instead of engaging with our negotiators in good faith, the university has done nothing but intimidate protesters in an attempt to disperse the encampment and proceed with the semester as usual, ignoring the ongoing genocide and the institution's complicity in it. We stress that during a genocide, business cannot continue as usual. Today is day 205 of genocide in Gaza. We must take action to end the true state of emergency, Colombia's complicity in genocide. With that, I'm going to turn it over to the amazing people on our negotiation team. No.
Friend of the show.
My name is Sueda Polat. That's spelled S-U-E-D-A. Last name Polat spelled P-O-L-A-T. I'm a student organizer and one of the negotiators for Quad. Earlier today, President Shafiq sent out an email announcing the end of negotiations and declared explicitly that the university will not divest from Israel. In that same email, President Shafiq claimed that we had had constructive dialogue regarding the student encampment and made insincere statements regarding the university's actions. The university's negotiations evidenced an elementary understanding of the words boycott and divest, which have been at the heart of the student movement and at the heart of our encampment. While the administration offered us a timeline for review of divestment proposals, they refused to give us any commitment that the ultimate decision would be binding. They offered us limited financial disclosure by giving only their direct holdings, yet not the indirect holdings which account for the vast majority of this university's endowment. They also threw bribes at students. Shafiq talks about early development childhood education programs for Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza. She talks about a resilience fund for Gazans. This amounts to nothing more than bribery of the student movement. The administration also offered a review on the topic of...
It's so funny that the university is trying to do the exact same thing that the Brandon administration is doing, where they're like, no, we will continue funding and facilitating Israel's ongoing actions, like by directly funding corporations that play a role in arming the apartheid state. However, we'll also, give the victims some stuff too. It is literally the same principle behind, like, yes, we're giving them $26 billion in fucking weapons, okay? But then we'll also give them food. We'll give the Palestinians food after we kill them. Come on. Oh, by the way, this happened before the encampment protest began, but according to The Intercept, Columbia University hired private investigators to pursue pro-Palestine students. Vanderbilt University canceled the divestment vote, then expelled students after they protested, including a bunch of HasanAbi heads that got suspended at Vanderbilt University. I spoke to one of them on the phone when I was at the UCLA encampment. Then expelled students after they protested. Pomona College sent police officers in riot gear to arrest 20 students. This is identical to the way in which the state operated in the 60s as well during the Cold War. McCarthyism is alive and well in this country. What is your analysis, Lamau? My analysis is that it is unjustifiable to defend Israel, and it is even further unjustifiable to defend Israel by going after people you suspect might actually be upset at your unconditional defense for the apartheid, for the genocidal regime. Do you understand? Or should I spell it out further for you? Can you prove it's an apartheid or another buzzword grift? I mean, I don't have to prove that it's an apartheid. Organs, human rights organizations inside of Israel, like B'Tselem, and international human rights organizations have already... Lamau, of course not. Wait, what? Are you not hearing? Yo, what's up with fucking Israel defenders, bro? Do you forget to use the English language? Like, you didn't even listen to what I had to say. Didn't even fucking wait. I am telling you. I'm saying I don't even have to personally go to that length when institutions already has. It's cute. It really is. What's cute, bro? You want to fucking get in the chat and defend your position? Go ahead. Here's a fucking invite. Dumbass. Go ahead. Tell us how you really feel. Put a fucking face to it. Communicate as best as you can. Oh shit, a research day, Lamau. I have more Twitter posts for you. Lamau, let me link some more Twitter sources. Bro, the Twitter sources that he's making fun of are literally investigative reporters breaking their investigative reporting. How can I ever communicate with you if you are so fucking stupid that you do not understand the difference between like random Twitter threads versus actual journalists from The Intercept, for example, breaking their stories on Twitter? Go ahead. I know exactly what community you're coming from. Come on, big dog. I'm sure you got the smoke, don't you? I know your debate daddy, who spiritually you believe is always in the right and the best, most vociferous defender of Israel, got fucking ritualistically humiliated for how intellectually fraudulent he was when met with opponents that know a lot more than he does. The Wikipedia scrolling for positions that maybe makes Israel's genocide a little bit more defensible did not work in the face of interlocutors that wrote the fucking articles and wrote the fucking books that Wikipedia is relying on. I think a lot of you think that When are you going to debate your beliefs, or do you know yourself that they are faulty? Is so funny, by the way. Are you going to debate your beliefs? I gave you an invite. Why do they always fucking run away? They become so silent. What happened? All of a sudden, you don't want the smoke. What happened? The marketplace of ideas is open for you, brother. Aw, shit, we grifted off the Israel conflict, lol. Anyway, it is sad. A sad state of affairs for a community that thrives on debating people. It is, of course, going to be the worst thing that could ever happen when you actually get owned spiritually, literally, physically, just absolutely fucking eviscerated and gutted due to the unjustifiable positions that you sought to defend. You backed the wrong horse. Every now and then, a permanent contrarian debate mercenary is going to engage with an issue that people find to be unconscionable. All you will do is consistently claim, all I'm doing is look at Twitter threads and go back to your fucking circle jerk where you think that the rest of the country agrees with you, desperately trying to cling on to anything and everything you can. Why do they always run away? Because they have nothing. They have no positions. Why are your haters so unhinged on an exceptional level? I think it's because they have nothing to fucking live for, and they found like a nihilistic edgelord whose opinions they can channel and mirror. So that's all they give a shit about. So then they choose to fight the battles of another person, no matter what those battle boundaries are, by the way. They have no personal convictions at all. It's very sad. Sad state of affairs. It is pretty funny. He said, I have more Twitter posts for you. Got owned. Immediately said, where are you getting, what's your analysis, Lamau? Then said, can you prove it's an apartheid? And then I did explain it. And while I was in the process of explaining it, he said, it's cute, it really is, and then ran away. Like I literally, I asked him to come on the stream and he just fucking ran away. Pathetic, despicable, cowardly, worm-like behavior. The new meta for them is shitting on people around you, especially female content creators like Caroline and Denims. Oh yeah. It's because they can't do cross-posting on LSF when Destiny shits on me. So now they've moved on to other people that they are actively targeting and harassing and saying are stupid and dumb. Or trying to brigade the Asmongold subreddit so that Asmongold will have clips where he's, you know, channeling some of that sentiment. All right, dude. Have fun. The proxy posting through other streamers is such freak shit. I know, but they live for this, dude. They don't have anything else to live for. They literally have nothing else to live for. Okay, but Hassan, what's your position in Israeli President Recep Tayyip Erdogan? Yeah, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the president of Israel. Might as well be with the amount of dick riding that he does behind closed doors to Israel.